Update and sophisticate your vocabulary.
Book 12, Unit 4. Climate. Weather conditions in an area over a period of time. The Mediterranean climate is good for growing citrus fruits and grapes. Desertification. The process by which fertile land becomes desert. Desertification is the process by which land changes into desert. Erode. To destroy slowly. Wind and rain have eroded the statues into shapeless lumps of stone. Graze. To put animals in a field so that they can eat the grass. Framers normally graze cattle on their farms to get meat and dairy products. Harsh. Unpleasantly rough. The manager was angry and spoke in a harsh voice. Increasingly. Increasing over time. Increasingly, the Earth's temperature has been higher than it used to be. Kill off. Destroy the remaining members of a group of people or creatures. The spray has killed off all the harmful insects. Overcultivate. To cultivate too much, more than you should. Some farmers overcultivate their land, so the soil becomes unproductive. Permanently. Lastingly. Mr. Jamil is leaving Kuwait this year to live permanently in Egypt. Precipitate. To cause to happen suddenly, unexpectedly, or prematurely. The fear of failure precipitated her to fail in the driving test. Productive. Able to produce large amounts of goods, crops or other commodities. To turn deserts into productive land, engineers can build more canals. Proportion. A part, a share, or a number considered in comparative relation to a whole. Children make up a large proportion of the world's population. Soil. The top layer of the earth in which plants grow. The rich soil is suitable for farming all kinds of plants. Treacherous. Hazardous because of presenting hidden or unpredictable dangers. Snow has left roads treacherous and motorists are wont to drive slowly. Unproductive. Not producing large amounts of goods, crops or other commodities. Overcultivating the land makes it poor and unproductive. Wash away. If water washes something away, it carries it away, usually with great force. Violent wind and heavy rain usually wash away the top layer of the soil. Wildfire. A large destructive forest or brush fire that spreads quickly. The wildfire has destroyed thousands of acres of the fertile lands. Arid. Of land or a climate, having little or no rain, too dry or barren to support vegetation. The desert is so arid that many crops cannot grow there. Atmosphere. The mixture of gases that surrounds the Earth. Smoke and gases from factories pollute the Earth's atmosphere. Equator. An imaginary line drawn around the Earth equally distant from both poles. Singapore is a country that lies on the equator. Flooding. An overflowing of a large amount of water beyond its normal confines. Some roads have been closed because of flooding. Forecasting. A prediction or estimate of future events, especially coming weather. There is a forecasting that the Earth will be hotter in the future. Frigid. Very cold in temperature. The weather is sometimes frigid in Canada in winter. Humid. Marked by a relatively high level of water vapor in the atmosphere. The weather is very hot and humid in Kuwait in summer. Misbehave. To fail to conduct oneself in a way that is acceptable to others, behave badly. Good people are liked by all. They never misbehave. Planting. To place a seed, bulb, or plant in the ground so that it can grow. Planting more trees helps us to purify the air. Prevailing. Widespread in a particular area at a particular time, current. The climate is the prevailing weather in a place over a long period of time. Reclaim. To bring wasteland or land formerly underwater, under cultivation. Deserts and wastelands have to be reclaimed to increase cultivation. Curtail. To reduce in extent or quantity, to impose a restriction on. Human rights are severely curtailed in developing countries. Hurdle. An obstacle or difficulty. Traffic jam is such a serious hurdle that wastes time and effort. Implement. To put into effect. The changes to the national health system will be implemented next year. Intrinsic. Belonging naturally, essential. Banks play an intrinsic role in the development of any country. Paucity. The presence of something only in small quantities or amounts, scarcity. Water paucity represents an obstacle for farming. Preservation. The action of maintaining something in its original or existing state. The fridge is used for food preservation. Prevail over. To prove more powerful than opposing forces, be victorious. If we are well trained, we can easily prevail over any challenges. Scarcity. Insufficiency, shortage. Many African countries suffer from scarcity of water. Spearhead. An individual or group chosen to lead an attack or movement. Our brave soldiers formed the spearhead of the attack against the enemy. Unwarranted. Not justified or authorized. Famous people suffer from unwarranted intrusions in their private lives. At the expense of. So as to cause harm to or neglect of. Cutting down trees is at the expense of future global environment. Devastating. Very impressive or effective. Tornadoes, earthquakes, volcanoes, etc. are devastating natural calamities. Logger. A person who fells trees for timber, a lumberjack. A logger is a person who cuts down trees for wood. Vital. Extremely important and necessary for something to succeed or exist. No one can live without water. It's vital.